All right, welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Daniel Hood Roofing Systems. No one has more training or takes more pride in his work than Daniel. And if you're making ends meet, well, he'll find a roofing solution to fit your budget. But if you're wanting to wow the neighbors, well, he's got roofing systems that are absolutely second to none. Plus, he does guttering, does repairs, and he's a good guy. Call Daniel Hood Roofing Systems this week, and he can take care of your roof for you. Call a VFL. All right. This is our quick slant segment. Each guy gets a quick question here. Bob, it's year one, so no one should be thinking that this week's game is win or else for Jeremy Pruitt. However, how important is this game as he moves forward into year two and into this offseason?
Well, I mean, right now it sets the tone for your. If he wins, he improves by 2 games over which Jones had last year.
3 in the conference.
3 in the conference, and it gives you a much better feeling going into next season. You're going to go to a bowl game. So I think it's important from that aspect, and it's also just important for the credits that you build up as you move forward as Tennessee's coach. You lose next week to Vanderbilt, and that's put in somebody's back pocket, a lot of people's back pocket, is, okay, yeah, you've lost 1 to Vanderbilt. You lose 2, now you're on the hot seat. Lose 3, and that's an indictment, as you just said.
There you go. All right. Off air, I said that. Anyway, Josh. Take a look at this quote from Drew Lock yesterday. I was getting tagged in all these tweets from Tennessee people, shock, saying Drew Lock's got Derek Dooley now. Here he goes down the drain, blah, blah, blah. There goes Missouri. Hiring Derek Dooley? What are you doing? All this talk from these orange and white accounts, all these volunteer.orgs and 24/7 vols and stuff. Now we're here, and that happened today.
Yeah.
Yikes. Maybe hashtag Vol Twitter is no longer undefeated after that one. My question, though, what hurts more for Vol fans, Butch Jones' victory cigar or Derek Dooley rolling up 484 yards?
Yeah, well, it's a good question because you expect the beating from Alabama, right? Yeah. But with Derek Dooley coming in that offense, just rolling up points again, it wasn't all the offense, but I'd still say that it's the Butch Jones side because of the cigar and the photos and everything there. I think that's what I think going in there was still more animosity from Tennessee fans. Neither feels good for Tennessee fans right now. But the Missouri, the thing about the Missouri series, it's now 5.
We've lost 5 of 7.
Yeah.
And they blow you out most of the time.
Right. Yeah. Can I disagree with Josh right quick? I think Derek Dooley hurts because you thought Derek Dooley was such a terrible, horrible, awful coach. And he comes in there and does that to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know.
Whereas Jones really didn't have anything to do with the Alabama thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Aside from smoking a cigar.
In the locker room.
It's just, you talk about all the stuff, and we could write a long, long scroll of all the crazy things that have happened to Tennessee in the last 10, 15 years. Throw into it that in 1 year you have to face 2 of your ex-coaches, and both of them come in here with who their new team is and win. That's just
maybe
biblical proportion.
After Lane Kiffin came in and won, so there you go.
Maybe Dooley makes you sadder, Jones makes you angrier.
Maybe. All right. Jimmy, got one for you. I had a feeling about this, so I wanted to check these numbers. Tennessee has played 3, it's going to play 3 quarterbacks this year who it's played at least 2 times before. Jake Bentley, you see his average in the first 2 meetings with Tennessee, and then beneath that you see his numbers were a little bit better this year than he had been against his average. Drew Lock, his first 3 tries against Tennessee were good. He was better yesterday. You see Kyle Shermer's numbers in his first 3 starts against Tennessee, or first 3 games against Tennessee, better than Bentley or Locke. If the pattern holds, that's not a good thing. Is Tennessee going to be ready for Kyle Shermer, who in the past they've already made him look like an NFL quarterback?
Yeah, they have. I don't know that Tennessee's going to be ready for him. The concern to me is that he's a quarterback of a team with a very balanced offense, and we've talked about Tennessee's difficulties there. Shermer's had a 400-yard passing game against Tennessee. He's had a 4-touchdown passing game against Tennessee. Last week against Ole Miss, yesterday, he had a 3-touchdown, almost 200-yard game. He's got a really good running back. He's got a nice receiver in Lipscomb. I don't think Tennessee will fare well against Vanderbilt's offense led by Shermer.
Okay. Chuck Cavaleris, last one, needs you to be quick. You're saving your own time for the Cavaleris line. Tennessee's been outscored 78-13. You saw it again yesterday in the first quarter against Power 5 teams. 78-13 in the first quarter. Will the first quarter next week against Vandy tell the tale?
No, I wouldn't think the first quarter will, but it might not be that long afterwards. And just look yesterday, it was just 6-0, right?
Yeah.
And you thought it was lucky
worse.
to just be that. Yeah. I don't necessarily think the first quarter will, but the Derek Mason blueprint is to be in control and to take charge of the game in the second half.
Okay, very good. When we come back, Cavaliers line for the Vanderbilt game. I told him he could probably just go with a pick 'em and split the panel. So we'll see what he does. And it's down to a two-man race to be the champion this year. We'll talk about that. Also a good cause I want to tell you about in the next segment. Come on back.